At this 3GF, we are discussing the way we lose water in our systems, in cities, for instance. Many places around the world, up to 50% of the water is actually lost in the system, which is economically and environmentally unsound.
And water is all over. You cannot produce energy without considering water or food. You cannot have a healthy population if you don't have safe drinking water. So it's all integrated.
You have more and more big companies, smaller also, that are very careful at looking at that to make sure that water scarcity will not affect their business, will not affect their life. So I think it is a growing concern.
I think water should be at the top of any political agenda. I have a son, he's recently born. When he's 18, half of the world's population will be living in areas with water stress. And for those of us who come from developing countries, we can just think about how it was when there was no butter for a couple of weeks, how we all queued up and panicked because of no butter. Think about how it is to live in an area with no water and water stress. This is serious problems.
Also in the developed world, with the aging infrastructure, the pipes and all the systems that are in operation in Europe, in the US, in Japan, they are more than 100 years old. So very soon these systems will have to be updated, they will have to be renovated, and this will cost a lot of money.
It's an issue which is very, very broad, very widely, geographically speaking, very widely distributed. So I don't think it's an issue for some and not for the others.
We know how to solve the problems. We know how to build resilient systems. We know how to treat the water, how to make it safe to drink, etc. But in order to do so, you need the financial resources. And those that need the most are the ones that do not have the financial resources. So how do you mobilize those that are affluent to help those that are poor making this agenda moving forward?
3GF is very interesting because at this session we have all the participants there. We have the political leaders that can make the decisions. We have the utilities that are supplying the water for the people. We have the investment companies, both private and institutional investors. So we are all around the same table, able to discuss how do we actually solve these problems. What do we do places where there's no price on water? Because if there's a price on water, it's pretty clear that there's a good business case to not lose 50%. But a lot of places around the world, there's no price on water. But there's a high value of water and there's a lot of energy used to clean and pump the water. So of course there is a lot of money here that can actually be thought into the solutions.